Всем привет, дорогие друзья, с вами Перец, я продолжаю проходить The Console. Надеюсь, эта запись с ней ничего не случится, поскольку предыдущая запись, я сейчас спойлернул, ребят, я прошел немного, где-то полчаса по игровому времени, даже может чуть меньше. Короче, игра крашнулась, у меня запись слетела, ну короче, там были некоторые неполадки, и я решил переиграть третий эпизод с самого начала, то есть... Там, в принципе, немного я спойлернул себе немножко, то, что собрание вышло и... Ну,
The only thing I can tell you is that Sarah had indeed changed. In your opinion, why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks?
You must leave me alone now. I have agreed to everything, even to...
But you do realize your mother will have to accept the consequences of her acts.
I hope that your search will prove successful and bring Sarah back to us soon.
I'll be leaving now because whatever it is you're up to, I do not want to know.
Since then, we have become one and the same. We have officially erased the identity of my sister Emma. Emily Hillsborough, the woman with two faces.
Everyone seems to be a little unnecessarily heated. Don't forget where you are, please.
Так, 3 манускрипта, у нас только 3 манускрипта-то и даны. Что у нас по наукам, кстати? У нас все, в принципе, прокачано. Ну, в принципе, все. Этикет надо качать немножко. Ну, когда у нас левел-ап будет, конечно же. Мне даже сплернул некоторую уязвимость нашу, две неуязвимости. Вход в секрет 22 января 1793 года. The Console. Эпизод 3. Replace. Поэтому я могу сказать, кто к чему.
Louis, the conference is about to start any minute. This is not the time to be... Damn it. What's going on?
I don't know exactly, Mr. President. I was looking for my mother and I came upon this body.
My God. You don't think Sarah did it, do you?
Нет.
No, I don't think so. Why would she have attacked a servant?
If no one saw you, I'd advise you not to get involved, Louis, so that no one will accuse you of the murder. Ah, darn, the conference is starting. Time is of the essence. Sort this out and join us as quickly as you can in the conference room. Everyone will be expecting you.
Mr. President, this is not really the right time, and I didn't come for that.
Your mother's seat cannot remain vacant. You must replace her while she's still missing. Your mother and I were to support Mortimer on this project. I don't know what the subject is, but the future of our countries depends on it. Given the importance of all this to Mortimer, he won't let the conference begin without you. So if you don't want more servants coming looking for you, I'd advise you to join us quickly and to put a brave face on it. The best favor you can do for yourself, Louis, and for Sarah, is to come and support Mortimer's project at the conference.
Don't worry. You can count on me, Mr. President. I shall help you with Mortimer's project as soon as I've finished up here.
Good, Louis. Sarah would be proud of you. I'll stall them while you're on your way, but make haste. I'm going. Don't be long.
Tell them that I'm on my way.
Так, давай все обыщем. Кармелийская вода.
Well, the gate is locked. Someone's made a fire here, and the ashes are still warm.
If you're the one who did it, Mother, it couldn't have been easy with only one hand.
I must have just missed her. If only I hadn't wasted so much time getting out of Lord Mortimer's study. An old blanket. From the looks of it, it couldn't have kept her very warm. Leftover food. Ugh, not exactly fresh. Must have been here for a while. Oh, he's dead. What the hell's been going on here?
Так, снять маску.
Let's see what secret's hidden under these masks. His face doesn't ring a bell.
I'm a bit disappointed. Might have expected more from Lord Mortimer.
Ключ всему воздух. Отлично.
Mother, if this is your doing, the situation is getting worse and worse.
Так, все, я вроде все осмотрел, пошли назад. Так, пошли наверх. Так, выходим из этого гребаного лабиринта и пойдем на собрание. Я знаю две устойчивости, которые я проспойлернул себе. Я даже переигрывал этот момент, чтобы посетить собрание. Так. Ой, я вот в зале. Что это?
There's the alchemical symbol of the earth on the lid.
Камелийская вода и медик. Сразу медик пополняем. Нету места, это янтарь. Мы поговорили сначала с Жаком Перо. Я вижу, что справа от себя кармелийскую воду, или якорцы, или золотой эликсир. Но меня сразу можно определить. Жак Перо один стоит. Я просто смотрю себе, что можно поговорить с Жаком Перо. Так, давай посмотрим. Якорцы, это якорцы, окей.
Amber crystals.
Янтарь. Коллекционка.
A chest with a motif representing the alchemical symbol of water.
Ну, тут у меня и тот, и другой замок есть. Мед, два меда. Сразу пополняем себя. Китайская коллекционка и все.
Ah, Louis, I've been expecting you. Thank you for joining us. We are about...
Забыл поговорить с Жаком Перо.
Ah, Louis, I've been expecting you. Thank you for joining us. We are about to begin our conference. Let me explain what is at stake.
Thank you kindly, but what do you expect of me exactly? My mother's the one who's supposed to attend, not me.
That is indeed what was initially intended. Unfortunately, she still hasn't been found, and my guests can't stay here indefinitely. The conference must begin, and it would be truly beneficial to the Order to join in the project. Consequently, I would like you to replace her during her absence. What is at stake here is of the utmost importance.
It's important that the French Order gets their say. And should you need any advice, don't worry. You are not alone, Louis.
Very well. Can you give me a brief explanation of the aim of it all?
Of course, Louis, I was coming to that. The aim of these meetings is to bring together the most influential people in order to think together about the future.
But the future of who?
Of the world, Louis.
Our desire is to steer the destiny of our respective countries for the good of all, and to no longer suffer the random hazards of history.
In concrete terms, how do you organize your discussions?
A conference is always organized the same way. There are 2 masters of ceremony who determine an important subject.
You and Sir Gregory, I presume.
Exactly. We shall be the masters of ceremony. It was our obligation to each bring to the table several guests in order to debate a subject. Once the debate is closed, a decision will be made by a vote of all the participants.
By a unanimous vote. If the project is not agreed on by all, then it will be rejected.
And neither of the 2 masters of ceremony have the right to vote.
It's up to the guests alone to decide, Louis. In other words, us.
Gregory and myself are merely the go-betweens. Finally, if the project is validated, each guest goes home and starts working to make it happen.
It can take years.
How long have you been active?
Oh, this tradition has more or less always existed, Louis. It has continued from generation to generation.
Can you give me an example of an event that was decided here before being implemented in the outside world?
Well, take the French Revolution. It was decided right here 2 years before its implementation in France.
Concerning the case of the French Revolution, I wasn't invited. But as far as the American Revolution is concerned, Louis, I can testify that we planned it 5 years before implementing it, for example.
Do you often hold this kind of society dinner?
In general, once a year, but in actual fact it tends to be events that dictate our gatherings. Louis, let me keep you a moment. I would like to let you in on a secret before we begin, because I'm going to need your assistance. You see, the project I'm going to present concerns the territory of Louisiana in North America. It's currently Spanish territory, and I'm going to make the proposition to the Assembly for it to become French. My idea is to increase the territory of the United States. The first stone of this vast project consists of getting Spain to cede Louisiana to France. Once it becomes French, France will hand it over to the United States, which will then allow them to double the size of their territory. And that's where you come in. France and the United States, hand in hand, 2 democracies illuminating the world.
But why spread it over 2 phases? Why not announce the overall project immediately?
Unfortunately, if Spain were to hear that the intention of all this is to allow the United States to grow, they would never sign. Manuel Godoy is perfectly aware of President Washington's appetite. If the United States took Louisiana, Godoy would know full well that he will have lost the entire North American continent. Things must take place in several stages. Otherwise, the change will be too brutal, and he will have no choice but to reject the project. Take a look at them. Apart from President Washington, they all belong to monarchies. Do you really think they won't resist? Of course they'll fight, fearful as they are of losing their precious privileges. But the world needs visionaries, like you, like your mother. It's a pity Sarah isn't here to see it. She only knew about a tiny part of the project. I hope I can count on you, Louis. It's time to start now. I must ask you to keep it to yourself for the time being. Take a seat. Follow the discussions. We'll have an opportunity to catch up later, and you'll be able to let me know your thoughts. My friends, I propose we get started. First of all, I would like to thank you for taking the time to come.
The honor is ours, my lord.
As per our custom, here we are all together to discuss the face of tomorrow's world. Even though there may be certain tensions between our nations, I must ask you to keep an open mind. As Sarah de Richet is unable to be among us, please welcome Louis de Richet, who will represent the Golden Order and will vote on its behalf when the time comes.
Welcome among us, Louis.
Welcome, Monsieur.
I hope he'll be more effective than his mother regarding the protection of the King of France. The Order has proved particularly inefficient.
Come, Manuel, you're not going to spoil our visit. The Order's mission was not to protect King Louis XVI, as far as I am aware.
We are talking about a king of divine blood, for goodness sake. It seemed obvious to me he needed protecting. If the Golden Order wants to pride itself on being an influential organization, it should have kept him alive.
I'm sorry about the fate of the King of France, Duke Manuel. However, I'm surprised at your remark. How can a man like me have changed the course of things where a man like you, powerful, capable of influencing international politics, was unable to do any better?
Perhaps we may begin, Lord Mortimer.
Certainly. I have a dream that our nations will continue to support each other, more now than ever before. A dream that, for the sake of common good, we will do what it takes to ensure stability in the modern world. I have a dream that we shall lead by example and ensure that the American territory may remain in peace.
Thank you for the thought, Lord Mortimer, but I don't see where you're leading.
I'm coming to it, Mr. President. I need not remind you that North America is currently divided between the United States on the east coast and Spain, which occupies the remaining 2/3 of the continent. Well, I propose that Spain cede the center of the continent to France, namely all of Louisiana.
Louisiana? But, well, it is not for sale. Lord Mortimer, I sincerely hope I have not come all this way just to hear you ramble on about what Spain should and should not do. When we went to all the trouble of gaining the territory a few years ago, it was not just to lose it today. Have I made myself clear?
What did I tell you, William? You speak of union, and yet here you are, about to tear us apart.
Duke Manuel, I perfectly understand you. But rest assured, you will soon adore my proposition. You shall see.
Well, since you give me the choice, my good fellow, allow me to doubt it. However, I am impatient to hear what Spain could possibly gain from the sale of Louisiana.
I never spoke of a sale, my good fellow.
What? I do not understand.
There is one more territory left to conquer, if I'm not mistaken, in the northwest. It is, of course, occupied by your notorious Indians, but...
We shall soon be rid of the savages, so that is not a question.
Duke Manuel, I believe that Spain should cede Louisiana to France, free of charge.
This is utterly grotesque, Lord Mortimer. What a strange example you set for your young protégé. Isn't that so, Monsieur de Richet? Do you understand anything of this proposition?
Не, вот так, потому что у него политика, устойчивость.
If I were you, Senor Godoy, I would think twice before stirring up a scandal.
I beg your pardon?
Given the size of your colonies, you won't be able to keep them for long. A number of countries are eyeing them as we speak. The United States would have no trouble taking them. For all intents and purposes, you have no army in place. By wanting to keep everything, you risk losing it all, especially your colonies in South America, which are far more valuable to you.
That is indeed the danger, Duke Manuel. If it comes to war over Louisiana, you will lose. And probably a good deal more than you now imagine.
Young man, you are indeed a dark horse, aren't you?
I must say, William, I find your project mostly disfavors me. I thought you were my friend.
And I am, Mr. President. That is why I'm doing everything in my power to calm your expansionist fervor. France, in Louisiana, should persuade you not to attempt anything to take the territory by force. Louisiana is a vast wetland where you would needlessly lose most of your troops. It would weaken you and offer certain nations the perfect opportunity to take back your famous United States. I am protecting you from yourself, George. Trust me.
I understand. But with friends like you, sir, I certainly don't need any more enemies. I hope you know what you're doing.
Am I imagining things, or does it look like Washington isn't aware of Mortimer's plan?
Not to put too fine a point on it, Lord Mortimer, but I doubt the Holy See would be in favor of Catholic Louisiana being handed over to secular revolutionaries and king killers.
I should think Monsieur de Richet has an opinion on this subject, does he not?
If France took the Papal States, their opinion over the sale of Louisiana would be definitely resolved.
Good Lord. You are talking of an invasion of Italy.
Don't take it the wrong way, Your Eminence. Colonization brings with it many benefits. You'll see.
Very funny, Monsieur de Richet. Mi auguro che insegnerete l'educazione a questo giovanotto presuntuoso, Sir Gregory.
У меня языкознание-то есть.
I hope that you will teach this pretentious young man some manners, Sir Gregory. It looks like I won't be just making friends here.
In any case, my lord, I doubt the English crown will agree.
Ich versichere Ihnen, Emily, nie Preußen wird diese Vereinbarung akzeptieren.
Опять языкознание пригодилось.
I assure you, Emily, the Prussian will never accept this agreement. Volner looks like he's set on ruining Mortimer's plan.
Ну, все будут против.
Duchess, I am persuaded that we shall find a common ground.
That's enough, William. These are grave times. We don't care about the fate of Louisiana. That worthless expanse of putrid swamps interests no one but yourself.
Speak for yourself, my friend.
Hold on there, Mr. Royal Gigolo. Lower the volume, and let Sir Gregory finish.
Holm, Godoy, and now Volner? Mortimer's adversaries are ready to tear each other to pieces, and he takes a malicious pleasure in watching it happen.
How dare
Gentlemen, let us try to remain calm.
There you are, William. See where your projects have taken us, as per usual. Chaos! That's enough. I'm tired. We shall continue this discussion tomorrow, but please be aware that your project will never be ratified.
Мне кажется, это подстроенная ссора.
Follow me.
Я уже какой раз прохожу, мне кажется, это
Are you coming with us, Monsieur de Richet?
Come, Gregory, I think Louis would rather stay. Wouldn't you, Louis?
Так. Что там? Там все. Но мне кажется, блин. Я, когда проходил, вот после этого я встал на сторону Холма. Мне почему-то понравилось. Блин. Я так и сделаю, я потом буду проходить все равно. Я все думаю об этом втором прохождении.
I don't think this is a place for the order.
Louis? No. Let him go, Mr. President. Everyone is free to choose.
Я еще думал о крестьянстве, но на самом деле я потом в какой-то я не знаю, сколько буду перепроходить, но я...
How can he be so blind? If he keeps this up, he'll lead our countries to their destruction.
Don't worry, we shall counter him, Sir Gregory.
We have to act immediately. Calm down, Gregory. We only have to vote against his project, and that's it.
They haven't got a chance. Just one vote will suffice.
True. There is no chance of a unanimous vote. And he knows it. He must be preparing something else. What is he plotting?
Вот тут, подождите, я... Сейчас я напишу. ВКонтакте пишу. Так. Я здесь промолчал, потому что подумал, Давай на самом деле раскроем, потому что, блин. Да, нет, я промолчу.
Shortly find out, so let's take the lead.
What do you mean by that?
His plan begins with Louisiana, which is still yours, Duke Manuel. He will begin with you. Expect to receive an envoy, French most probably. He will try to convince you by every possible means. Whatever he says, whatever he promises, you have just one response. It's war. If war is what you want, war is what you'll get. And on your own territory, in your homes. Enough games. Spain will join the coalition against France and declare war. You too, Duchess Hillsborough. You will speak to the Queen so that Great Britain commits to going to war with France.
What do you expect from the Papal States, Sir Gregory?
What do you think? That they hold a mass? They will go to war, of course. What is it that you didn't understand in what I just told you? We all declare war on France. Militarily, politically, and financially.
And me, Sir Gregory? How can I help?
Louis, you have won my trust. The Order will have to act in France, but even before that, I'm going to need you. Right here and right now. Leave me now. I have to prepare for tomorrow. Let's meet early tomorrow morning for the next phase of the conference, which promises to be most exciting. Louis, I'd like to see you a moment, please. Thank you for signing for me today. I won't forget it. I'm going to need you. Help me counter Mortimer on his own ground. Right here. I'm sure he'll try and win some of you over. He needs our votes. Now, you leave that to me. In the meantime, I must ask you to go and see President Washington and persuade him to trust me and join us.
Do you really think that I'll be able to convince him?
I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but I have total faith in you. He likes you, and thus he won't see you coming. You must be careful, though. If he senses that you are trying to manipulate him, he'll dig in his heels. Louis, use every means at your disposal. If Washington drops Mortimer, his defeat will be complete. You should go right away. There's no time to lose. William already has a head start on us.
Very well. I'll go right away.
Так, найти Джорджа Вашингтона нужно сейчас задача и переубедить. Пытайтесь переубедить. Так, у него устойчивость политика, больше ничего не знаю. То есть политика его не переубедить. Так, надо найти переубедить. Вашингтон.
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service day and night, sir.
Would you happen to know where I could find Monsieur Washington?
Sorry, sir, I haven't the foggiest. Perhaps sir ought to try in President Washington's room?
Переубедить. Попытаться. Попробовать. Ну, попробовать стоит, конечно. Слабость, я не знаю, какая у него слабость. Может, психология какая-нибудь, я не знаю. Но политика точно у него устойчивость, поэтому надо просто найти его.
Hey, Peru's name tag's fallen off, and his door's ajar. The Massacre of the Innocents by Rubens. A bit gloomy. Guess my room is not that bad. A pattern with 4 circles.
О, бесплатно взломать. Вот и все. Что там? Мед и 2 королевские воды и письмо.
Dear Monsieur Peru, I'm writing to thank you for the funds you sent. These funds will be crucial for the renovation of the western wing of the orphanage. The children you sent are doing marvelously well, and little people have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Каменистая вода, мед есть. В смысле, там мед был? Или мне показалось, ладно. Что здесь произошло-то? Жак Перо.
Records of the police. Notes intended for the police lieutenant of Paris. It's a list of people under surveillance in Paris. And there's some well-known names on it. This is valuable information. This shouldn't be lying around.
Психология. Подожди, у него уже есть слабость психологии. А, нет, подожди, у него... Нет, я психологию-то нашел-то наоборот. Этикеты, психология у него слабости. Все. Здесь ничего больше нет, да? Мне кажется, что Грегори и Мортимер договорились. Давай-ка поговорим, побазарим.
Leave me, Dorishe. I don't feel like talking.
Your door was ajar, and well, given the state of your room, I was worried.
It's none of your business.
Very well. I'll leave you then. See you tomorrow, monsieur.
Мне кажется, что тут не так. Что-то он скрывает.
My dearest son, I'm writing to implore you to act.
А что я делал в кабинете Бедупарта? Нет, выходим. Выходим. Мы обыскали эту комнату, поэтому нет.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Закрыто, естественно. Как же без этого?
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Я могу с ним поболтать. Годой. Давай зайдем, хотя бы посмотрим, что у него вообще в комнате творится. Так, сразу что-то вижу. Камерийская вода, отлично. Воздух. По-моему, я раскрыл уже. Так.
Manuel Godoy. A painting of himself in his room. Now that's not going to help him develop a sense of modesty.
Don Quixote. Talking without thinking is like shooting without taking aim.
Prometheus. Punished for stealing fire from the gods and giving it to man.
Якорцы.
Brutus and his companions taking an oath to kill Caesar.
Фриксонка. Здесь куча. Так. Благородство меча. Так.
Maria Louisa of Parma. Although not Godoy's true love, the queen is his benefactress according to some people.
Якорцы, да.
Amber crystals.
Ну, янтарь, да, янтарь. Здесь это я.
Golden elixir.
Нет, золотой эликсир, смотри-ка, нет. Ну, здесь больше нечего искать.
Don Quixote. Talking without thinking is like shooting without taking aim.
Обыскивать нет смысла. Дальше поехали. Ищем Вашингтона, комнату Вашингтона. Что еще делать-то?
Huh, that's me.
Не, в свою комнату еще пока рано.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Кардинал Пьяджи. Здесь его нет. Точнее, там он есть, потому что комната закрыта. Здесь закрыто. Здесь, по-моему, Вашингтон. Да.
President George Washington.
Журнал инспектора.
Golden elixir.
Еще один золотой эликсир.
Map of Vermont.
Locked.
Взломать. Два очка действия. Мед есть. Чего бы нет-то? Лекарство.
The president's personal reserve of laudanum, and judging by the quantity, you can't go without it. Ah, there's also a letter.
Янтарь. Отлично, еще плюс одно очко действия.
My dear George, I'd like to invite you to join me as planned at my place. I have a project to show you. It is time that the United States played a more important role.
Ну, естественно, будет, я думаю, что схватка. Где Вашингтон-то? А, сюда нельзя. Там закрыто. Здесь тоже. Что это? Мед?
Honey,
Да ладно.
I couldn't have hoped for better.
Да, восстанавливаться. Офигеть, все. Я фул. Закрыто. Значит, он не здесь. Значит, он не в своей комнате. Вашингтон, вы где?
Portrait of George Washington.
Так, взломать бесплатно.
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
Вода. Ну, в принципе, любое следующее бесплатное действие должно быть бесплатным. Поэтому я возьму просто кармелийскую воду.
Carmelite water.
И все.
They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
Здесь его нет.
Louis? What are you doing in my room?
Я ищу вас. Так.
I wanted to have a word with you, but just between ourselves. Here, the walls have ears.
You're right. Caution is the mother of safety. Well, since you're here, can I get you something to drink?
No, thank you, Mr. President.
As you wish. Well, Louis, it's getting late, and this is not my first conference, so let's get straight to the point. You are here to motivate me to change sides.
I hope you're not angry at me. I know that you...
Louis, we are not children. You have your reasons. You will understand that your word no longer holds any value for me, but these things do happen. I only hope you know what you're doing. This is your first conference, and not following the master's ceremony who backed you seems somewhat perilous. But you are young, after all. So what can I do for you?
Стоп. Он нас читает. Стоп. Сначала мы должны посмотреть. Вашингтон испытывает Джордж Вашингтон. Джордж Вашингтон. Где вы, Джордж Вашингтон? Джордж Вашингтон. У него политика. Да, политика это точно нет. Мортимер вас призывает. Психология. Блин, рискую сейчас.
Mr. President, Lord Mortimer treats you purely and simply like the least of his pawns. He gives you no explanation and then commits you to a project from which you have nothing to gain. But you know that more than I do. Is that what siding with Mortimer is all about?
I must confess that I don't entirely understand William lately. Anyway, you haven't really said what you wanted to say. Tell me, Louis, what have you come here to sell me?
You should join home.
And why would I do that?
Этикет.
This type of meeting might be familiar to you, but for me, I must admit, Mr. President, it's all a bit over my head.
It's only natural, Louis. But you are managing rather well for a first-timer. You've chosen the wrong allies, that's all.
I hope my mother doesn't hold it against me if I made a mistake. Anyway, if Lord Mortimer does succeed, it would be no mean feat. Did he tell you what he would gain from it?
What do you mean?
Well, Mortimer's plan has been meticulously prepared for many years, I imagine.
Of that you can be sure.
It's only natural, and his plan leaves nothing to chance.
No, that's what...
He never commits his own fortune, let alone his reputation, since you're the one who takes center stage here.
In fact...
Whether he wins or loses, everything is arranged so that he comes out of it intact.
Yes,
You've got to hand it to him, though. He's a master at putting together a plan which puts himself...
Он просто его не дает ему.
That's true. Don't worry, you can trust him.
Of course. I'll bet he's invested in a river transport company on the Mississippi or somewhere like that.
It's true, I had never thought about what he might have to gain.
Блин, ты очки
Tell
есть.
me what Sir Gregory has to offer that I don't already have with Lord Mortimer.
Попробуем. Я рискую, конечно, сейчас золотой эликсир выпью.
You are a man of conviction, Mr. President. You would never make a choice that could cost the American people very dearly. If Mortimer falls, he will bring the United States down with him. Haven't the American people suffered enough?
I would never do anything that would put my people in danger.
Exactly. Therefore, choose your allies wisely, sir.
I must admit, your arguments do make sense, Louis. Louis, you convinced me. I congratulate you for your performance, because I didn't think it could happen.
I merely exposed the facts to you.
Don't spoil everything with your false modesty now. You really were very good, and that's that.
Ну никакой слабости, устойчивости я не нашел. Просто.
This one. This may well arouse Lord Mortimer's wrath, but I must put the United States before anything else. Have we finished, Louis?
Absolutely, Mr. President. I shan't keep you any longer. Allow me to take my leave.
Good night, Louis. Get some rest. Tomorrow will be a very
круто,
big day.
круто.
Well, that's one thing out of the way. Only thing left to do is wait for the conference to resume tomorrow morning.
Но мне кажется, в чем-то подвох. Мне кажется, в чем-то подвох. То есть, если все против, значит, что-то подойдет. Что, комната? А, это комната Элизабет Адамс. Ух ты. Это хорошо, это хорошо.
A chest with a half circle pattern.
Открыть ключом, конечно же. Если ключ есть, значит... А, вода. А, янтарь еще. Письмо.
All right. I've retrieved everything.
Коллекционка.
A novel of the initiation of a young woman into polite society. August 24th, 1792. Elizabeth, I am driven to despair and doubt there is any point in writing to you. I'm not even sure you'll receive my letters. Father controls my correspondence more and more. I am certain he filters our exchanges. Thankfully.
Опять же, Эбигейл. У нас много с то есть много...
But they still remain unanswered. I often think about you and pray every day to be able to hold you.
Странная женщина.
June 11th, 1791. My dear Elizabeth, your last letter gave me much cause for concern. Your words were so cold, as if emotions no longer matter to you.
Сестренка написала. Мед. Но мед я оставлю. Якорсы, да.
My dear Elizabeth, I'm writing to inform you of some unfortunate news. We won't be able to meet as planned on the first Sunday of May.
Так, ну пошли в свою кроватку, на второй стороне. Мне кажется, в чем-то подвох. Мне кажется, Мортимер меня проверяет.
Monsieur Johann van Wulner.
Вон Вульдер. Тебе можно зайти? Да, можно. Обыскиваем комнаты, чё в этой серии, чё? Обыскиваем комнаты. Что здесь? Сразу книга. Не лагай. Так, это 100% языкознания в плюс. Коллекционка, естественно. Чё там, чё там?
The signs of obscurantism. Golden elixir.
Золотой эликсир, допустим.
A chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart.
6, офигеть. Бесплатно.
If I'm not mistaken, Paracelsus named the element called zinc.
Цинк. Загадочные заметки. Но это
The Great Work of the Soul by S. Madone. Pure alchemy is a thought, an art that is performed on the matter of the soul. Great alchemists work to transform and perfect the latter by a series of processes known as the Great Work. There are 4 phases to attain the ultimate in spiritual fulfillment. Very metaphorical as occult theories go, the human spirit being the prima materia of the alchemist.
Ну, читать я не собираюсь. Только если там есть какая-то устойчивость или слабость. Коллекционка, что там еще? Письмо.
A fragment of amber. The alchemist is an old man.
Якорцы, опять же. Куча якорцов этих. Я не знаю, как правильно складывается это слово, но меня поняли. Очень много этих. И я не знаю, куда их применять, вот честно. Просто я не вижу их в их смысле. Пошли дальше. Ну, пошли. Кто там?
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
Здесь я обыскивал эту комнату, поэтому нет.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Герцогиня.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Герцог Годой Мудой. Вот следующая моя комната.
Huh, that's me.
Пошли. Да, птицу убили. Но мне кажется, что все, пора уже идти на другую концовку, которую я...
Good evening, Monsieur le Français.
Duchess, you're here. What a charming surprise. I'm beginning to think you can't be without me.
You have managed to penetrate my armor, sir. Am I disturbing you, perhaps?
That's not what I said.
Ah, by the way, congratulations on choosing Sir Gregory this evening. You surprised me. I wasn't expecting it.
Why, Emily, can't you read me like an open book?
Not as well as you read me, it would seem.
I'll teach you if you'd like.
There's nothing I'd like more.
Tell me, are these visits to Mortimer's always so intense?
Yes and no. My sister doesn't normally disappear like she has. Any news of your mother?
Still nothing. And you? Any news of your sister?
No, but knowing her, I'm persuaded she's on someone's trail. You'll see.
She'll surprise us all.
If only you knew, Emily.
You're right. We must remain positive. I'm sure it won't be long before she turns up.
My thoughts too. She is Duchess Hillsborough after all.
And as such, she is capable of anything.
I am sure that you'll appreciate her. You'll see.
No doubt about that.
And it might turn out that you prefer her to me. Who knows?
Вряд ли.
Rest assured, I don't think it's going to happen. I'm sure she's very nice, but there is only one Emily Hillsborough.
We shall see. Can we change subject, please? I didn't come here to go through all that again.
Of course, it's late. You're right.
Воу, полегче. Воу, парниша, полегче, парлиша. Зря, нельзя никому не доверять. А он один опять же в постели. Опять сиденье. Опять флешбеки.
My friends, do not worry. I assure you that Lord Mortimer's plan will never see the light of day. I shall deal with informing our allies, but for the time being, I need you to make a stand.
What do you think about Monsieur de Richet?
I don't know yet. I feel there's great potential in him. He looks like he can be trusted.
Why isn't he with us? He was opposed to Mortimer.
I'll wait and see. I'm still not sure of his position. And Duchess Hillsborough, why isn't she here? She's busy. Don't worry about her.
Oh, isn't it time to replace her?
Not so fast, sir. She is an important figure. You ought to have a little more faith in her. What are we going to do about Washington? He will be a hard nut to crack. On our chessboard, he is Mortimer's king. Don't worry. Mr. President only wants one thing. To keep his dear America united. He won't jeopardize everything he has achieved on a whim. He has been serving Mortimer for quite some time. It won't be easy to bring him around. I have asked Monsieur de Richet to approach him. Let us have faith in him. I sense that Mr. Peru is about to surprise us too.
Yet he is Mortimer's strong arm in France.
He knows his time has come, and I believe he's intelligent enough to realize it means he is no longer any use to Mortimer. Do you feel all right, Mr. Godoy? You haven't said a word.
Please, excuse me, gentlemen. I feel tired.
Oh, I see. I think it is high time you left us then. Now!
Мне кажется, он что-то заподозрил. Бунт, значит. Мне кажется, что я тоже... Все. Минус Луи. Минус Луи.
Oh. Emily? Emily? Are you there?
Sir, the conference is about to begin. You are expected in the conference room.
Tell them I'm coming. Thank you.
Come on, Louis. The game is back on.
Крысятничать. Ну, Холм тоже что-то подозревает. Холм что-то подозревает тоже.
My friends, the conference is about to begin. Please excuse me if I troubled you last night with my project. I understand that you might well have a few questions to ask. As you know, the final vote will be cast in a few days. This morning's aim is to answer your questions and check the temperature of your respective positions so that we may reach a greater understanding.
As always, Lord Mortimer.
We parted in perfect disagreement, my lord. Where would you like us to take it from?
Come, sir. Please let William believe he still has a chance of winning us over. Otherwise, his imprecations will lack panache, and we shall be bored stiff.
Oh, let me reassure you, I am convinced that a good night's sleep has brought sound advice, and that this morning will be even more interesting. Therefore, I would like to go around the table in order to hear everyone's first impressions.
Well, I am still firmly against it, even though my choice won't count.
Against.
Against. Against.
And you, Luc Manuel?
Against, of course.
Well, as for me, I am for Lord Mortimer's project, despite Duchess Hillsborough's overwhelmingly convincing nocturnal attentions.
What? So Emily was playing at trying to win over guests last night?
It was nothing more than a friendly little chat, of course.
How could it be otherwise? And by the way, remember me to your husband when you see him. And you, President Washington, what is your position?
Well, you see, Monsieur Bonaparte, I would rather you'd have forgotten me for a minute. William, I am sorry, but I cannot follow you this time.
George? What?
I am against William. Please excuse me. I cannot commit the United States to such an enterprise. It's just too risky.
Well, that leaves just yourself and Monsieur Peru, Louis.
You're all making me sick. Look at yourselves.
What?
You are pathetic!
Have you been drinking or what?
There you are, quibbling away. My Lord Duke this, and Madame Duchess that. You know very well that we're nothing but puppets on a damn string.
Jacques, Camille.
Let's end the charade. It's over.
Jacques.
My lord, thank you for everything you've done for me over the years. But it didn't come for free. And now I see the price is too high to pay. I'll stop.
Come, Jacques, we'll talk it over.
No, I'm finished. I want my freedom back, my lord. I shall no longer work for you.
Wait!
De Richet, you just can't help it, can you? Stop trying to play the hero, man!
Психология, 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 этикет. Психология!
Monsieur, I know I don't really know you, but you seem like a decent person.
I have done so many horrible things!
You blame yourself, I can see that. Everything's not lost.
I don't want to do bad things anymore.
You can take control of yourself again. You can fix whatever it is you've done.
Do you really believe that?
Of course, Jacques. You'll have all the time you need.
Нет, убеждение. Кармелийская вода, давай. Убеждение.
Work things out.
But you... Oh, no.
Я не знаю. У меня паника, сука. Допрос.
Let's stay united, Jack. He's nothing without us.
Really?
Trust me.
Этикет. Давай.
This is not who you are. You're better than that.
You don't know me.
Yes, I do. I know you're no coward. So give me your weapon, please.
But
There's nothing to fear. I'm right here.
I don't want him to talk to me.
Don't worry. You're safe now, Jack.
Monsieur Peru, you could have seriously hurt someone if Monsieur de Richet here hadn't stopped you. Your behavior is unacceptable. You would do better to go and rest in your apartment.
Офигеть!
My friends, we shall continue the conference later. I would like to apologize for the inexcusable behavior of my guest. We all need to recover from all of this excitement. Take the rest of the day off.
Фух, вроде все. Я мог стать на тайну Наполеона Бонапарта. Я мог раскрыть тайну Жака Пюра, я могу стать на сторону Лотта Тимурта, я мог раскрыть тайну... Мне кажется, пофиг. Ну, естественно, левел-ап, тут без вопросов. Чё там? Этикет. Чё там? Этикет надо качать. Мне кажется, надо этикет качать. Этикет. Можно, в принципе, что докачать? Логику и... Нет, мне кажется, убеждение еще. Я не знаю, что качать. Давай этикет. Давай этикет до конца. Мне кажется, этикет больше пригодится, чем все это. Все. Потом все равно я буду качать на другие. Надо потом манускрипт почитать. Кстати, можно, в принципе, закончить на этом серию. Напряженная серия. Напряженная и такая многозадачная серия выдалась сегодня. Ну, хотя бы у меня проблем с этими, с очками действия нету. Не лагай, пожалуйста. Ай.
I don't understand. I spoke to him only recently.
Monsieur Peru has lost his mind. It's obvious.
Yet another way for the French to make a spectacle of themselves. Well, once again it has worked.
My friends, let us settle down, please. We are all in shock, of course. Let us celebrate Louis's courage. He enabled us to avert a tragedy.
Yes, that was very noble of you, Louis.
You have given us all a fine lesson in courage.
Thank you.
He owes you his life. That's quite something.
That madman deserves to die.
We are providing Monsieur Peru with care, but rest assured, he is no longer a danger to himself or anyone else. I think everyone needs a little rest. Can you stay a moment?
Of course.
Манускрипты. Так, сколько? 3 манускрипта. Ловкость, допрос мне не нужен. Вот что мне вообще по навыкам? Логику, в принципе, качнуть надо. Логика. Допрос не нужен. Эрудиция, что у меня с эрудицией? Эрудиция тоже, в принципе, можно качнуть. И эрудиция, и оккультизм. Что у меня по оккультизму? Тоже мне мешает качнуть, в принципе. Поехали.
Louis, I wanted to thank you personally. I admire what you did to save Monsieur Peru's life. You have given us all a wonderful lesson in courage.
Don't mention it, my lord. You would have done the same. I was just quicker.
Ah, humility is a fine quality, sir.
Where is he now?
In his room. I've sedated him. I don't want him trying to take his life again. Or, worse yet, attacking one of the guests. When in despair, Monsieur Peru is clearly a dangerous man.
Tell me, my lord, can you think of any reason why he would be so terrified of you?
Terrified? Come now, that's a bit harsh. I think he was simply unable to put things into perspective. I see no reason to fear me. Ask President Washington. I don't believe I'm such a difficult friend.
Having spoken to him, I can assure you that he feared you even more than death itself. Had he disappointed you in any way recently?
Of course, he was on the edge. He was desperate, and it grew noticeable in his work. Our collaboration was probably coming to an end, but I certainly didn't feel the need to threaten him, ever.
But without you, no more support, no more money. It was an end to his social status. If you lost, he lost everything, didn't he?
No, not his life.
Thanks to me, I guess. On that note, my lord, I'll be leaving you. Have we covered everything?
Absolutely. Oh, Louis, one more thing, please. What a pity you didn't support me during the conference. I hope I can count on you on the day of the vote. This major project needs men like you, Louis.
Я подумаю.
And you never know, right? Maybe by then, I'll see things differently.
Well, thank you for allowing me to believe in that possibility, Louis. From here on, I shall make it my mission to persuade you to change your vote.
Be my guest. But I hope your arguments are very, very persuasive, because I'm not the only one who isn't on your side.
Oh, rest assured, I am working on it.
Very well then. I'll see you later, my lord.
Так, быстро! Валим, 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 валим! Главное, чтоб птичку не заметил. Уходим. Потому что птичка это... Так. Мы продолжаем искать мать. Мы продолжаем искать мать. Так, что там? Верните свою комнату. А есть ли смысл возвращаться в свою комнату? Так, ребят. Время уже серии, наверное, подходит к концу. Я посмотрю сейчас. Или еще можно чуть-чуть поиграть. Меня игрушка затягивает, это очень сильно. Поэтому... Нет, ребят, я сейчас снимаем. Ребят, ссылка на прохождение знакомства будет в описании. Подписывайтесь, оцените, комментируйте, вступайте в группу ВКонтакте. До встречи в следующей серии прохождения обзоров, а также стримов. Игры с вами был Перец. Надеюсь, вам понравилось, ребят. До скорого.